everybody, and welcome back to Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
And I'm your other host, TJ Cornwell. Welcome back to another episode of Planet Film Live. Planet 45. Episode 45, I believe. 45. Whoops.
Coming to you live from
I
Studio
apologize
54.
if there's an echo. Ignore the thumbnail. We're not talking about our top 10 summer movies of 2021. We're talking about our top 10 movies for the rest of the year of 2021.
Yes.
So real quick before, we're not going to get into it yet, but full disclosure, I only got the idea because we didn't have a topic for today, and I was listening to the Top 10 podcast today, and they did top 10 movies they're most looking forward to in the summer of 2021, and I said, hey, why don't we just take that, but just do the rest of the year? Mm-hmm. So that's where I got the idea from.
Boom.
But, yeah, so I guess I'll start off with you. How are you doing?
Well, my number 10 is...
How are you doing in general?
I'm doing good. I realized today that it takes about half the time to set up this whole studio space as I've been doing.
Yeah.
There's a piece in everyone's bedroom that I usually have to get away with.
Right.
Which is my bed.
Your bed, yeah.
I just decided to give us more space and stuff. I just decided to set it up without moving the bed and see what happens. And I would say there's no difference.
Yeah, it turns out pretty fine. Everything.
Yeah, actually, I think if anything, we have more room back here.
Yeah,
because I think we're about a foot further up.
I think we usually push the table back for some reason
when
we have the bed up, which doesn't really make much sense.
I think we push it back because I worry that if the bed falls, it's gonna hit the table and then we're all gonna die.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We got an even bigger of a void for our drinks. Look at that. It's gone. I can't even... Oh, my God.
Is it going really far?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, it does. Jeez.
Holy crap. I'm sorry. We're both fully vaccinated, just so you know.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That was like
That's
real
a far
struggle.
void,
That was really a lot. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a... I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm doing good. I had... So I'll give quick shout out to... Also, by the way, my phone is charging right now, so I'm not looking at the chat. I can see loosely that we have a couple people watching right now. Welcome. Share it. Let everybody join. Everything like that. But I'll be reading it in depth a little bit later once it can charge up a little. Quick shout out. I don't know if this is like a nationwide thing or not. It's definitely probably in the state that we live in, which I think we've said is New York, and probably like California and LA and stuff. Yeah. But Core Life Eatery.
I've been there once, I believe.
Core Life Eatery has...
Or twice.
I've been told that they've always had tacos.
Yeah.
But they recently revamped their tacos. Game changer.
Really?
Absolute game changer. They have, and this is one of those things that's just totally blind, just walking in, kind of like, what do you recommend? That kind of thing. Like, right. I could tell she was, like, the girl working there, she was like, or at the front of, at the furthest end of the station, the first girl that you talk to, I could tell she was, like, super, like, confident in the job and stuff, so I was like, oh, she might know. Super knowledgeable, I don't know her name, but shout out to her. She was like, she just looked me up and down, and she went, I think you'd like the Greek taco with chicken. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what comes in that? Because I was going to tell her. I was going to say, if there's tomatoes in it, I was like, can you take out the tomatoes and do cucumber? Because they have cucumber there, and I really like cucumber. And she was like, it comes with cucumber. And I was like, whoa, hang on. Like, this is like I don't sound like super enthusiastic about it right now, but this was like a Jesus moment. This taco was so freaking sublime. And I this was a couple days ago. I just had more just now, right before you got here. We went to Core Life and Chipotle.
I saw Chipotle back down there. Yeah,
and I got Chipotle as my main dish, because their tacos are like snack size. They're like 1 or 2 bites or whatever. So I got a Chipotle burrito, and then my roommate got Core Life, and then we sat and ate at Core Life. But I got one of the tacos again. Oh my gosh, I would have honestly. You know how much I love Chipotle now. I would have gotten rid of that
hold on.
I would have just done this. What?
You brought Chipotle into Core Life?
It's like, so I know you're very familiar with it because you love it.
I do love
the
Chipotle.
Boulevard Plaza.
Yes, yep.
It was the outdoor seating. It was mutual
territory.
Oh,
okay, gotcha.
I didn't bring it into
I thought
Core
you
Life.
brought it into Core Life.
No.
What you doing in here?
No. I didn't bring it into. I was very conscious about that. I was like, I don't know, but then it was in the mutual. You know how there's all that outdoor seating and stuff on that big. There's like a huge plaza that we live near that has a bunch of outdoor seating.
Yeah.
So it was mutual territory.
Have you tried Chipotle tacos? They have those now.
Oh yeah,
they're good. I can't front. They're very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, I'd like them because I'm a big fan of Chipotle over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been there twice.
Core Life.
The first time, I got like this like steak soup type thing. That was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Second time, I remember I believe I was on like a break from AMC, and 30-minute break order. So I ordered ahead, and I ordered like some salad, like it had like cranberries in
Big
it,
mistake.
and I just hated it.
The salads
knock 'em
there
back.
is not the move. I actually just had this conversation with our friend Travis.
Okay.
Just today.
Gotcha.
Because I was telling him I was big up in these Greek chicken tacos at Core Life Eatery. Everybody, I was telling him about it, and he was like, "I ate there once," and he was like, "I got a salad, and it was just like this big bowl of like leaf," and I was like, "Granted, fair." I was like, "The salads, even though they promote them like crazy, the salads are not their strong suit."
Gotcha.
The rice bowl is very, very good because you can get whatever you want in it, so you can't really go wrong with that. But they have like the super leafy lettuce, you know what I mean? And I just don't like that. I like more like the iceberg crunchy stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I will fully say to anybody who has tried Core Life that has had a like greens salad, give it another shot. Get something different. Okay. Like you said, the soup bowls, the noodle bowls I hear are really, really good. And the rice bowls are really, really good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They have a really long like line. I feel you know how Chipotle you go, oh, do you want the rice, you want the beans, blah blah blah. Don't they have like a long line like that? I feel like there's like a million options from remembering when I was there.
Yeah. It's more like Subway than it's like Chipotle.
Okay, gotcha.
It's more but like Subway's super quick. That's probably not a good example. It's like, imagine if all the different little cubby things they have at Subway were like individual options. Because like at Subway, you just say like, oh, I want the Italian BMT, and they go, all right, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Core Life's like, here's an empty bowl.
What do you want?
Yeah. Like out of these 45 options, like which is it's pretty easy like once you get the hang of it, but it could be very intimidating when you first
I hate
walk
those
up to
things.
It. Yeah. There was actually a lady there when we were there over the weekend the other day, who was in front of us, and she could hear that we were talking like we had been there before, and she was like, what do you guys like recommend? Like she was like, I always get like freeze up when I get up there, and I was like, me exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had the taco beforehand because I could have recommended that to her. Fantastic. Oh, another piece that I'm forgetting out of this. You're familiar with pico de gallo?
I am, yes.
Pineapple pico. Everything that is the same with pico de gallo, substitute pineapple for tomato. It's like their new thing. It comes standard in the Greek taco. It's like so good, it's ridiculous. Yeah, so shout out to that. But otherwise, I've been doing pretty good.
It's good. Hey, everybody loves a good tangent.
Yeah, exactly.
So 2 things I'd like to talk about real quick before we go with the rest of the show.
I might have something else to talk about, but I don't know if we want to fold it into news. The CW thing. Not the girls. The boy. That I
the thing that you want to talk about?
Yeah, but we could fold it into news with what broke today.
So I just want to. I don't know. You haven't seen Army of the Dead, right?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So I don't know your thoughts.
I'll try not to spoil it. I'll do my best.
I've seen like stuff.
You've seen, okay.
Yeah, but it's up to you. I
watched it Sunday. I watched it Sunday. After I finished my paper, it was fine. I was very surprised because it seemed like universally across the board it was well liked. I was very surprised by that. And it seemed like the audience was on the opposite side. Sometimes you get those things where it's like critics love it, but audience hate it. Or this time it was like audience did not like it very much, it seemed like, but the critics were like, oh, it was a pretty good movie, There's like a few things that like did not make sense to me. I thought Dave Bautista was good. There's some storylines that also are just kind of like they're put in front of you, and like literally 2 minutes later, Zack Snyder's like, nope, like you know, forget about that, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously he has kind of like his, you know, his style. Like there is an opening credits with music, slow motion, showing you what's, you know, how we got here to this point or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was fine. I had fun. Wouldn't watch it again. He has a sequel or prequel that he has an idea
There's
for.
There's a prequel already shot, already filmed and edited. And
already filmed and edited.
Yeah, there's a oh my god, I'm trying to get this right. There's a prequel already shot and filmed, and then there is an animated sequel, an anime sequel.
Oh wow, okay.
That's already done. I think.
Jesus Christ.
And then he also wants to do a sequel to the film.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, because I remember that it was like he finished the movie and then went right into the prequel, and that's like already done. But I don't know, like Batista's not in. Like I don't know what the crossover is.
Right.
But yeah.
So
yeah, it's fine.
It was. I thought it was just fine. Yeah. Like I wouldn't
Should
go
I
back
watch
to
it?
Yeah, because I think you'll have fun. I think. I'll be honest.
How was the tiger?
How was the tiger? Tiger was cool. There's this cool scene with the tiger.
Yeah.
First hour I thought like flew by. Honestly, I like clicked it. I was like, oh, it's 2:20.
2:20.
It could be a little shorter. There's a moment where you think it's the end, and then there's another 15 minutes. Maybe a little less than 15 minutes, but it feels like 15 minutes. So it probably could have been 2, like flat. But yeah, I thought it was fine. Other thing I wanted to touch on real quick is there's a new game out. It came out literally like 3 days ago called Knockout City. I always forget the name. It's basically this just dodgeball game. So you have your character. There's 3 on each team. And basically, this is not an ad, by the way. Basically, you're just kind of running around trying to knock out the other team. Me and Sean played it last night. It was a freaking blast. Like
very
I
fun.
literally cannot. I did not. I watched it on Twitch and I was like, oh, this looks like a lot of fun. And right now, if anybody's watching, if you want to go download it, depending when you're watching, it's free for right now. I think until maybe the end of the week. They call it like
days,
they call it like a block party or something. It's cross-platform, cross-gen, cross-play. You know, you can play with your friends on different consoles, and then you can switch over to a different console and still have your progression. But yeah, I had a blast, and I highly suggest everybody check it out, whether it be on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I don't know if it's on Switch. I feel like it's not.
No, I feel
honestly,
like,
it could probably run on Switch. It's not like a.
It's not super intensive. Yeah,
no,
I would describe it like this is how I kind of. It's like Ratchet and Clank meets Overwatch meets like Jet Set Radio Future plus dodgeball.
Yeah,
like it's got like some of the maps. Like how do I describe it? Like some of the actual design of the game is very reminiscent of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
like the character models, the kind of shape of the characters, that kind of stuff. And then like the tone of the game is very Jet Set Radio Future, with like the narrator being like, "Damn, that was a great one." Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you ever play Sunset Overdrive on 360? It's like that too. Yeah. Or was that on
like
one?
The bright orange.
I think it was on Xbox One.
Xbox. Yeah. It was like launch title for Xbox
One.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent of all the best parts of those games for sure. Like it's also very Overwatchy type thing. Like, but I think it's more welcoming than Overwatch. Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah, like it's quick 2 rounds, first to 10. Like I think there might be other game modes too, but like the one that we were playing was just like best out of 3, first to 10.
I think it's because we're on the trial, is that they're not unlocked. Yeah. I have to guess.
So there might be even more game to play.
Yeah, but you can buy it now for 30.
Is there like any story
bucks.
Or anything?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay, that would be a cool game to have a story.
Yeah. All I know is they just need the characters from Dodgeball. That's what they need to put.
Yeah,
in there.
that would be really.
They need to license those.
Also,
somehow.
when the game becomes a paid game, it's only $30.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like less than half the price of what a regular game.
Which will be going up to $70 with
$70.
Next gen.
Yeah. Ridiculous. But yeah, great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
So news.
We
got something else.
I'm trying to think.
You can lead off with your thing if you want. Your CW thing. Your CW gripe, I think might want to call it, right?
Yes.
There hasn't been much though.
Yeah.
I feel like in the last week. There hasn't been. Did we talk about Did we talk about Discovery and Warner Brothers last week?
Yeah.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah, there hasn't been much movement with that. Much more. There hasn't been any new information at all. The MGM deal with Amazon
is apparently close
to being finalized.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw an update I think it was Fandom said like could be announced as early as this week.
Right.
Which as early as this week is one of the most vague descriptor. Like, what does that mean? But yeah, I think those are updates on those two. But we'll obviously cover it if there's more information on either one of those purchases because they're very big. But I'll start off with just a little bit of sad news. So that's I don't know if you saw or not, but the voice actor from The Little Mermaid, who played Sebastian, Samuel E. Wright, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 74.
And he was in. Sorry, what was it again?
Little Mermaid. He was Sebastian. He was the one that sang Under the Sea.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was like basically his main role, but he was very like there's videos and stuff of him, like he would go around to colleges and like sing it with people, and like he would tour on like positivity and that kind of stuff too.
Right.
So he was like one of those types of guys. So it's pretty tragic loss.
Yeah.
Kind of I don't want to say a one-hit wonder character, but a very big, influential character, I would say, with very limited screen time in 2 movies that Sebastian was in, like the first one and then Little Mermaid 2.
I literally just went on IMDb to look at like Little Mermaid, and what the fuck do they do to this website?
IMDb?
Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen this.
What is this? Look at the actors. Why not just list it? Why?
Oh, I do not like that. Why do they gotta change everything, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Amazon, right?
The actors things is the same. IMDb, yeah. The actors list is the same and everything, but the movies are different. I don't know why you would do that, but
Amazon, man, you gotta back off IMDb and Box Office Mojo, man. You're messing with it.
Yeah,
it is not good. Yeah, so I'm gonna circle back to the CW thing that we've been teasing. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a little special franchise for this channel, and I think for you and for me and for a lot of people watching out there, and that is Star Wars.
Okay.
Star Wars premiered 44 years ago today.
Oh wow, really?
On this day, yeah, 44 years. I feel like it was just yesterday. It was the 40th.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
crazy. It's about to be the 40th of Return of the Jedi.
Jeez.
A couple years. Yeah. That is crazy. So a little bit of info on this small film. Indie. George Lucas was the director. But really, $11 million budget, which is high, I think. Everybody knew George Lucas off of THX and American Graffiti. So, he was respected enough to get the financing and the distribution from Fox and all that stuff. Like, $11 million is not chump change back then. That was a low budget, but that it was about as high as a low budget could go. It made $775 million in its lifetime box office earnings. So that includes re-releases and stuff. But obviously, the majority of that is from its original release. The film won. Can you tell me how many Oscars it won?
5.
No, more.
More than that. Oh wow, damn. 7. Okay.
7 Oscars. Yeah. AFI dubbed it the best film score ever.
Okay.
Period.
Wow.
And it was one of the very first films preserved in the National Film Registry. So for those who don't know, National Film Registry, that's like they pick couple movies, handful of movies every year to basically be. You can think of it like the Smithsonian of movies. Like they pick a few very few, like 4 or 5 a year. And Star Wars was one of the very first ones they picked to basically say this is cinema. Not to go against Marty, but do you think like Endgame or any Marvel movie is gonna ever end up?
I think maybe Endgame would.
I think it might. I think it will.
Yeah. I mean, not obviously you can't like put all of them in there or something, but I feel like that probably just because again it's like the culmination of all the movies together,
I feel like just the two things that Marvel movies need the recognition for is, first of all, Kevin Feige needs a Lifetime Achievement Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah, he won't get that though for like, how old is he now?
But they can even do like, not even Lifetime Achievement, like they can just do like career ones, you know what I mean? Where it's just like this person, they're called like honorary Oscars.
Yeah.
Where like they can just basically decide to give someone an Oscar for anything, really. I think if you give it, if he can pull off what they pulled off with Endgame again,
yeah.
Like I'm not saying the biggest box office film of all time because that's a hard order for anything. But if he can success, because we're in phase 4 now, but we're really in like the second story. You know what I mean? Like we're really starting all over again. If he can culminate all that again, he deserves some kind of recognition.
Yeah,
for sure. And then I think Endgame deserves to go into the National Film Registry, for sure. But yeah, just wanted to give a little shout out to Star Wars there. You can check out our Bad Batch review on Planet Council. Aired on Sunday on the channel right now. Go ahead and check it out. So yeah, this is something I wanted to talk about that is a show that I used to love very much.
Used to.
Which is on the CW is The Flash. So that is the show The Flash. That is starring Grant Gustin as The Flash.
Yep, The Flash. Yeah.
So we got the news today that season 8 will begin with a 5-episode event, including other Arrowverse heroes. So they're kind of trying to recapture the glory of the crossovers. Now we haven't had a crossover since the biggest crossover, which was Crisis on Infinite Earths about 2 years ago. I sent a picture to TJ. I think like sometime this past week. It was like a side-by-side of not Crisis on Infinite Earths, but Crisis on what was that one? It was either Crisis on Earth X or Elseworlds. Oh, it was Elseworlds because it had Batwoman in it. So it was the Elseworlds crossover from a couple years back, and it had like all these people from all these different shows. And then the second picture was the same picture, but everyone was grayed out that had left the role or is no longer in it. And there was literally 4 people left.
Yeah.
And one of them was the Flash. Supergirl's gone, and all of her characters are gone. Arrow's gone, all of his characters are gone. The only 2 people left on Legends of Tomorrow that are originals is Sarah, Lance, and Nate. It's getting rough. It's getting rough around the edges with CW, and I tried to catch up on this season of The Flash on season 7, and I just found it increasingly more and more difficult to watch. Like I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It is such a disservice to like the characters and like the universe that it came from. And like the actors who have put in almost a decade
of their
time and hard work and stuff into this, it's just so bad. Like I sent you that clip of like they had like it's supposed to be like live action like Monster
Was
Girl
it that
from
TikTok
Invincible.
clip with like they're like there's things flying around and they're like Tyler Hoechlin's like shooting.
Oh,
whatever.
well, that was one.
Okay.
That was Crisis on Infinite Earths. That was the worst part of Crisis.
That
on
was
Infinite
some.
Earths, yeah.
I saw a TikTok that was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
It was literally like it was literally like, no matter what their weapons were,
yeah.
One hit would like kill the aliens.
Yeah.
But they never explained that.
Oh,
They were
okay.
just killing them. But it's like
Gotcha.
you have like Sarah Lance like hitting them with a baton, and then
Yeah.
you have Superman heat visioning them, and it's doing the same, and then they're just poofing out of existence. You know what I mean? Like that was,
Yeah.
and you have Oliver like,
Yeah.
like. But that being said, though, then the carrot. Now this is what I love so much about the Arrowverse is that exact scene. I'm gonna spoil Crisis on Infinite Earths real quick. That's the scene where Oliver dies.
Okay.
The first time.
Gotcha.
So like on that rooftop, basically this guy, the Monitor, who's like it's the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, think like Thanos type, like Eternals, almost like Eternals, Celestials, that kind of thing. They're like the yin and yang of the universe. They're played by the same guy.
Right.
So the Monitor is like the last season of Arrow is phenomenal for those who don't know. Like that show took a left turn where it was Oliver teaming up with the Monitor, going throughout his own timeline and other people's timelines trying to fix stuff. It was a great last season. It was total like curveball because the second to last season of Arrow pretty much solved everything like about the show. So people were like, why is there another season coming? Like that was a series finale, and then they were like, oh, because it's not going to have anything to do with what you just watched. It's just going to be a cool time travel show,
Right.
which I really loved. So that kind of culminated in that episode where they all poof off of the roof because what's happening is all the Crisis on Infinite Earths, so all the Earths are starting to collapse in on each other, and so they're trying to evacuate everyone off of Earth, and that roof is like where they're like making their stand.
The last stand
again.
yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, it's like you're on a rooftop. Like, how big of a last stand is this? But Oliver's the last one behind, and he's like, is the planet evacuated? And he's like, not entirely. And he's like, then it's not time to go. And then he gets killed.
Gotcha.
But that was like a huge, amazing emotional like wallop that came after that terrible, terrible CGI scene. And I have been living with terrible CGI in these shows since The Flash started because Arrow didn't really have that much CGI in the beginning. But once The Flash started, it was like CGI City on that network. And now they are just doing things that are way beyond the scope of their budget, and maybe maybe some of the talent that they have in the visual effects department, because it is just so bad. Because I sent you that other clip that was like Barry like just watching the fight happen, and it was like this big like Hulk type person fighting this guy who's just shooting out purple like wiggly woo things, like,
right, yeah.
And I was like, what the hell am I watching? That was like a 2-minute scene uncut of just like, what the hell is going on? And I cannot take another season of Barry losing his speed or fighting the Speed Force or like all that. Like, it's the writing has gotten so like stiff and stale and stuff, and really the unfortunate thing is like the last season, Hartley Sawyer, the elongating man who got Me Too'd and got kicked off the show and stuff, his storyline was kind of going somewhere, and then they just kind of had to wrap it up. Michelle says I miss Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, I feel like they have a great fallback arsenal. So like they did a really, I don't know if you know who Gorilla Grodd is.
I don't know.
Sentient monkey king.
Okay.
Who runs a planet of apes.
Okay.
Like they've done these great things over the years, like Gorilla Grodd. They did him great. King Shark was fantastic on Flash. The Suicide Squad that they did between Flash and Arrow, that was really good. Like they have these things that they can fall back on. That like, oh crap, we don't really know what to do. Let's bring back this guy, and like those episodes are good, but those are so few and far between these days. Like they're bringing Reverse Flash in again for this season finale, and it's like,
see the one with the yellow suit?
Yeah, and it's like they've done that. Like he has died literally thousands of times, And it's like, just stop. Just let it go. I would and I understand that because Tom Cavanaugh plays all these versions of Harrison Wells, but he also plays the Reverse Flash. He's also Eobard Thawne. And it's like, I get that you probably want to bring the Reverse Flash back because it's Tom Cavanaugh's last episode and his last season. But just like let it go. Just let it go and let Tom Cavanaugh exit the series as like one of the Harrison Wells or something. You know what I mean? Like, just do something like that. Don't just keep going back to the same fight that's been happening in every single season finale for 8 years. Like, holy shit. Like, that was it. That was my rant. I just can't do it anymore. And this whole season of Legends of Tomorrow that has been airing for the last couple weeks, I have not watched one episode of it.
Okay. Well, I didn't even touch on what your problem is. Like, obviously you have a problem with the show, but the thing that they just released, you were like, what is this?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that just goes into the same thing. It's like you either do a crossover fully or just don't do a crossover, because the crossovers were so hyped up, and rightfully so. The crossovers were a ridiculous amount of energy. They literally put on, every year they put on, it kept getting longer. It was like, the first year it was a 2-hour movie. It was, the first crossover was, what was it? It was called Flash versus Arrow Heroes United or something like that. It was like some really cheesy, like, Batman v Superman type stuff. Because I think it was around the time, or maybe Batman v Superman was just about to come out when they did the first crossover. And then it just kept building. It was a 2-hour movie. Then it was a 3-hour movie. Then a 4-hour. Then a 5-hour. Then Crisis on Infinite Earths was a 6-hour movie. An hour every night of the week. And it was like this crazy, amazing thing where they did such justice to the Oliver Queen character to wrap up that story. Because, like I said, I spoiled, that was the very first episode of the Crisis with the rooftop stuff. So he does come back, and then
shocker,
something. Well, but then he dies again. Though.
Oh, okay.
But yes, absolutely. Michelle said in the chat, crossovers were amazing. They were amazing, and then something just happened.
They're different shades.
Oh, okay. And then something happened where it just kind of all fell apart on the CW, and I feel like the next story that we're about to talk about, the CW is just falling apart even more. With what do you want to segue to the next one? You got
So wait a minute.
On there?
You talked about weren't you upset with the younger kid that's coming in as like, didn't you say something about that, or did you not?
That like kid about Bart Allen?
Yeah. Didn't you have like a whole thing about that, or no?
I didn't have like a whole thing about it, but it's just okay. It's all part of the same problem.
Yeah.
Which is why? Yeah. Why are you bringing in Bart Allen?
Okay, yeah.
Like, I get that. I think it's gonna be the 200th episode of Flash that they're bringing him on, and it's like, why? Like, don't just like bring a character in just to have the character and then never have it show up again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick and tired of all of these shows being like, oh, well, we want them to have kids and we want them to have to be forced to be parents.
Right.
But we don't want like kids on our show. So they all do the same thing. Something happened and the universe gets rewritten and now their kids are adults. Hate to say it, but they did the same thing with your show, Superman and Lois.
It's a good show, man.
Before Crisis, but before Crisis on Infinite Earths, they didn't have kids. The Crisis, everything that happened with Oliver is what created their kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't have kids at all. And then basically what happened in Crisis was everything got reduced down to nothing, and then full spoilers for Crisis on Infinite Earths. Everything got reduced down to absolutely nothing. And then kind of basically in the void of the universe, Oliver sacrificed all of his energy, all of his life energy, basically, to rebirth the entire universe. And when he did that, things came back different. So like he made people's lives better that weren't before, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he brought people back from the dead because he could basically rewrite reality however he wanted to on his way out. So like he gave Clark kids because they had talked about wanting kids and that kind of stuff. And they just keep doing that same thing where they bring in these like adult versions of their children from other timelines or from the future or something like that. And the whole point of Crisis, just like the whole point was in the comics, was to streamline everything.
Right.
And they completely failed on that. Completely. Like the whole thing basically just imploded on itself. And it's all more confusing now than it ever has been. Like when I told you, like when there's a funeral in the early episodes of Superman and Lois, and I'm like, why is Barry and like Kara not there? Like they are like Clark's best friends, like right now. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense. And it's like I get that you're trying to separate it, but then why do you have John Diggle showing up in the finale? Like why? Like the character from Arrow I told you about, the one that gets the Green Lantern ring. Like why are you even bringing that in then? It makes no sense. And then it comes back to this series season premiere of season 8 where they're doing a crossover type thing, whatever it's a crossover like event that features other Arrowverse characters. And it's like, just do a crossover or don't do one. Or just say this person's going to be in a couple episodes. You know what I mean? Like, don't hype it up to be this thing that you can't live up to anymore, because I genuinely think that their writing can't live up to it anymore. I don't know what happened, but it all fell apart. I think the CW has definitely been on the steady decline. So,
moral of the story, it seems like if you want to watch something CW DC, either watch Arrowverse, what's it called?
Superman.
Smallville. No, I've heard Smallville's good. I don't know. And Superman and Lois, which is very good. Most recent episode, not the one that comes out tonight, but the most recent one when they came back from that like 6-week hiatus or whatever it was. Very good. I was very surprised. Never watched any CW.
I don't know where to catch up now.
It's on you. You said they're gone, right? Yeah, they're gone from HBO too.
They're gone, yeah.
So somehow, some way, maybe illegally, you never know.
Yeah.
Also, quick, just like to point out, I think your camera is more saturated than mine or something. It's not a big deal. We're not gonna fix it, but
you look like a ghost.
I know. I just had to call that out. I'm very confused, but anyway. So speaking of CW,
Smallville, yes. Don't listen to Sean. I'll say Smallville has a much worse visual aesthetic, but much better writing than the recent years of The Flash.
Gotcha.
That's what I'll say.
Speaking of CW, I think we talked about it maybe a few weeks ago that they cast the Powerpuff Girls live action. So they filmed. I feel like that was a very fast turnaround. Is that just me? Did they cast them and then they can film shot it?
They can film like an episode of CW in like 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what they did. They filmed the pilot for Powerpuff Girls and episode, and it came out I think yesterday or a few days ago that the pilot is being, or maybe it was today, that the pilot is being reworked.
AKA
it wasn't good.
Being thrown out.
Yeah.
Reworked means the script is being reworked, and they're going to reshoot it.
So we actually have somebody, I don't know, leaked the script apparently on Twitter.
Do you have it on Twitter?
I have a different excerpts. So not the one we were talking about. I couldn't find that one, but I found this other one.
Okay. Do you want me to read it with you, or do you want to take it?
I'll just take it. Okay. So I'll be Bubbles and Buttercup, who are in this quick scene right here. So Bubbles says, "Blossom's fine. I saw on her Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted. And I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences." Buttercup says, coming back here is probably triggering for her. And Bubbles says, why? Because she's the one who killed Mojo. I mean, moveon.org. What the fuck does that mean? Next, Buttercup, Bloss, wake up, or we'll leak your nudes everywhere. Off Bubbles' confusion. That worked on you once. I thought this was supposed to be like a kids show. This is like for like, like our age.
They're doing like the Riverdale. They're like making it like Riverdale. I'm telling you, that is all the CW knows how to do, and they've gotten stuck in a rut doing it. It is either they make superhero soap operas.
And the Oscar goes to, thank you, Danielle. Thank you.
Oh, there you
go. I'm not done yet. I have one more little script.
The honorary Oscar.
One little excerpt.
The honorary Oscar for Lifetime Achievement.
And I'll read this last one real quick. This is maybe a little bit longer one, so I'll try to cut it out. Bubbles. Look, we loved being Powerpuff Girls, but sometimes we wanted to be other things too. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut, and her dad didn't get it. Drake. Emotional. Jerry Orbach was doing his best to understand. And then intermission, Powerpuff Girls home. What is that? What is INT? Interior. Whatever. Hallway, Buttercup's room, day. Blossom heads upstairs with a bumping sound, continues from Buttercup's room, then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished. That's like what it is.
In
Blossom.
Quotes?
Yeah, in quotes. Blossom. Oh God, I'm sorry. Buttercup, it's fine. To Macy. We're done, right? Macy, I'd say 6 times is enough.
What?
That's what it says. That's what it says. So that is the one.
This cannot be real.
Apparently people are saying it's real.
People are saying
there's
it's
this
real.
thing. This one tweet says that their tweet was taken down for copyright. Wow. So you'd have to imagine that it is real, right?
Danielle said, "Sounds like they're on some jingle."
Yeah, I saw a meme. This person did a meme of the Marlon Brando of Godfather. Said, "Look how they massacred my girls."
Oh my god!
I mean, I wasn't gonna watch this anyway, but
you know what this gives me hope for?
What?
Chloe Bennett coming back to the MCU as Daisy Johnson, because that was a big thing. People were like, "Oh, she's gonna be too busy." Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Not anymore. And it's like I don't fault any of the actors or actresses involved.
Yeah, you do what you're
purely
given,
the writing. Yeah, this is like dog crap. And the CW CEO came out and spoke on it and said, he said it was we decided that it was far too campy.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like camp.
No.
That sounds like you're going way too. I don't even know.
Here's what I like.
What the hell?
What, I just can't picture. Like, it works in a cartoon, obviously, but like I just can't picture like these 3 girls like flying around like with these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just can't picture that live action.
Yeah.
You know.
Like. The people of Townsville,
yeah.
Blossom was getting crunk on, like she was getting all gacked up on Whoop Chicken the night before, like, you know what I mean, like what, like the mayor calls, like, girls, we have somebody's doing crystal meth in the mall, like what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here?
Oh my God,
Jesus, this is now the pilot to leak. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like if this leaks out,
somebody has to. Yeah.
Sell this pilot as an NFT.
Oh yeah.
You
I'd
would
buy
make
that.
CW would become the biggest television studio in the world. Oh my god! Could you imagine?
That I can't believe somebody wrote that. That's crazy.
Yeah, Michelle says, has the CW ever seen a Powerpuff Girls episode? Exactly. Like what?
Oh, I guess it leaked on 4chan.
The whole pilot?
The script.
The script.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because somebody said CW copyright striked the 4chan Powerpuff Girls pilot leak. That means the horrendously terrible script was legit.
Wow.
Wow.
That's insane.
I just wanted to read. Yeah. Well,
I just don't even know.
For your consideration.
For your consideration, Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
So we can talk about another leaked
script. What was
Not
that?
Script, but story.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw this, but did you see anything with Sonic 2?
I did not, no.
So this got leaked by the official American Copyright Office.
Mm-hmm.
Because, why not?
I mean, stuff like that happens, though, where people trademark new things and,
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
So, this is very interesting to me because I hope they aren't going full villain with him.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm going to say.
I don't.
Knuckles.
No. Knuckles. Oh, come on.
Knuckles is apparently also marooned on the same mushroom world that Robotnik is at the end of Sonic, and they team up.
What? Why?
And they have to come back to Earth to look for a magic crystal
Didn't
will give them unlimited power.
I was gonna say what was
whatever.
the crystal, but it was his like hair. That's what it was in the last movie. Sonic's like little like
for his
Why?
technology.
I mean, I don't think he'll be bad at the end of the movie, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen like the set pictures of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles standing together.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing not. So that's why I think people are saying like, even though this is really just a synopsis type thing, that married with the set pictures, it like kind of gives away the whole movie.
Yeah. Give me Shadow.
I've been saying that.
Give me Shadow
sure.
instead of Knuckles, like villain, like Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic.
Or maybe Shadow is like pretending to be Knuckles or something, and then Knuckles is trapped somewhere. That'd be cool.
I told you I never played the game, but when I was younger, there was this Game Informer. They were really advertising hard for Shadow the Hedgehog game, and he had a machine gun, so he's clearly, he's a villain.
I mean, for sure.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't really know. Do you have other news?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about real quick the first official still that we got from the Uncharted movie.
I thought you were going to say Spaceman. We'll talk about that after.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but
the Spaceman?
The Spaceman.
That's what you called him. Kevin? Frank Underwood?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, before that, first we won't pull it up, but if just like go on Twitter or Google and Google like Uncharted first, look or something, first still. So it shows Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Tom Holland obviously playing Nathan Drake, and Mark Wahlberg playing Sully. Mark Wahlberg looks absolutely nothing like Sully. Absolutely nothing like him. Mark Wahlberg was originally supposed to play Nathan Drake, but he kind of just like he aged out of the role. So I guess
when was that movie supposed to? That was like 2007, I
think.
Yeah,
so I guess they were just like, oh, you could play Sully instead.
Even that 2007, he would be a little old.
Yeah. So I guess what the still is maybe the younger versions of themselves. But I started the first game. I think I got halfway through, and then I hadn't played in a while, and then I got a PS5, but I sold my PS4, deleted all my save data, so technically I'll have to start over when I want to play it again, which I would like to play all 4 games at some point. So in that game, Sully's like, he looks like he's, late 50s, early 60s, something like that. He has a mustache. Mark Wahlberg, no mustache in this still.
I do have info on the mustache.
Okay, what's the info?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to finish.
Oh, I'm interested to see how this movie will be.
And
hope maybe it'll be the
timeline where I think the timeline is what people has most.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
So all I know is Mark Wahlberg said, to mustache warriors out there, and this is not when this picture came out. This was months and months and months ago.
Yeah.
He was like, to mustache warriors out there. He was like, I will have a mustache. So I think
actual mustache. Like,
I'm not
grew
sure.
It?
I'm not sure, but I think you might be right on the money with. I think this is probably like a flashback type thing.
Yeah.
Because even Tom Holland, and if you remember, this is actually the second official look we've gotten. Because remember, the first one was him in the white shirt, like months ago.
Yeah.
It was like a set picture. And he looks a little bit younger in this one. Like he looks a little different.
Do you think this just came to me? Do you think Dylan McDermott looks like Nathan Drake?
More than Tom Holland does.
I was like, oh, what if maybe if he was younger, you probably could have casted him, because I feel like he actually like looks like Nathan Drake.
They have the same kind of like Weasley.
I'm kind of looking at his IMDb picture, and I'm like, if it loads, I'm like, oh yeah, he could be Nathan Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. That just like came to me for some reason.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see like. If this is
Wait, was that Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney?
Dylan McDermott.
Oh, okay.
I'm interested to see if if it's a the first like obviously like Sonic was good, like Detective Pikachu was pretty good, but if this is like the one that like busts the door down, that's like video game movies can be good.
It wasn't Warcraft.
I didn't see Warcraft. Never really got involved with World of Warcraft, and I heard it was awful. Assassin's Creed I also heard was awful. Didn't watch it. Agent 47 also heard was terrible. Didn't watch it. I think those are like
Kombat?
Mortal Kombat was okay.
I think we decided short form recap of our review. I think we said it's definitely the third best, but it's a long way down from Sonic and Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Like though, I think it's like Sonic and Detective Pikachu are right up here, kind of doing this little. Oh, sorry, where are we? Kind of doing this little dance. I think we got Mortal Kombat like down here.
Yeah.
And then everything else is in my basement.
Yes.
like it is so far down. Like Mortal Kombat had the aesthetic, had the cinematography, had the visual effects, had everything. Just needed a little bit more, I think. Just didn't have a lot of meat on its bones.
Yeah.
Like this, I think they just kind of played it safe with the story. But yeah, I'm hoping they don't try to play it safe with the story with this one. I hope they actually give us like this broad spanning story I mean, I'd be fine either way if it's more of a buddy movie with both of them, or if it's really a mainly Tom Holland led solo, type movie. I'd be fine with either one, but I really hope that they give it the proper time to edit it really tightly, make the cuts they need to, do any reshoots they need to really just put out the best product that they can, which I think they can. It's just a matter of if they will, if they'll put in the effort that the fans want to see to really appreciate and love the movie. So yeah. Talk about.
I'm just trying to pull up an article real quick to kind of just read off of. So I think it was announced a few days ago that Kevin Spacey has been cast in his first film role since sexual assault allegations.
2017.
That was 2017.
Christopher Plummer was still alive to fill the role. He won't be alive
to fill the role from
one.
All the Money in the World, correct?
Yeah, he will not be alive for this one, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm reading this off IndieWire from Ryan Latenzio, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I butchered that. Kevin Spacey has been cast in his first film role since sexual misconduct allegations surrounding the Oscar-winning actor began to emerge in late 2017. As ABC News reports, the American Beauty actor is set to star opposite Vanessa Redgrave in L'uomo che disegno Dio. I believe this is a Italian movie.
Oh, Italian.
Directed by her husband, Franco Nero. In English, the title is The Man Who Drew God. And I'm just seeing this now. Apparently, he's playing the character of... where is it? I just saw it. Apparently, he's playing a pedophile hunter. So he's playing a detective investigating... Something about investigating a man who is wrongfully accused of pedophilia or something like that. Which I was like... I don't know if that,
I don't know if that'll play well.
Yeah.
Run into some trouble.
Yeah, to play sex abuse investigator in acting comeback. Yes. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Not really sure about this one.
Yeah.
Not really sure about this. Feels like, I think we need to keep the scope of it in check, which is... This is like, are we still good? Okay, sorry, my PC just quieted down a lot.
Oh,
I was like wanting to make sure that we were still good. I think it's important to keep kind of the scope of this in check. This guy, it's basically we have a guy is directing a movie with his wife, who both of them clearly feel okay enough to hire him and work with him, but this is in reality this is going to be a very small. Nothing movie, and he is never going to be able to come back in Hollywood in any major way.
Right.
And I think that people, and rightfully so, though, this should still be a story because it's despicable, in my opinion. I know, whatever, you can have a wrong opinion about this, but, despicable what he did, and he will never work again in Hollywood proper. So, I mean, if he wants to go ahead and film whatever this Italian, tiny 7-day shoot film is, knock yourself out because you're not getting anywhere with your little Frank Underwood Christmas messages that God. Netflix.
Well, I don't know why you would do those. That makes no sense to me. That he those are always the creepiest.
He's just
things.
A crazy person.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like he's like.
He's in
fantastic. He is a fantastic actor. Like you've seen him House of Cards, Seven. Obviously, he's great in that. I haven't seen American Beauty. I know that's what he won his Oscar for.
He is like a terrifying actor.
Yeah.
Like he's so good.
Right.
And it's so terrible that somebody with that much talent did something so terrible that he.
Yeah. I mean, well, I would real quick before you say that. He has never technically been found guilty. I would just like to put that out there.
True.
Some of his cases have been kind of thrown away. You know, I think one of the people didn't want to come forward and use their name, so that was thrown away. Yeah. One of the people I think passed away or something like that. So just like to put that out there that technically he's never been found guilty. He's never done jail time, anything like that. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he'll ever work like in Hollywood, like you know, blockbuster films ever again. Yeah. I think that's, especially the way everything's kind of moving at this point, and it has been for the last, few years. I just don't think anybody.
Is Harvey Weinstein still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's struggling. I've heard, or I've read multiple times or on Twitter that he's, God bless him, fuck that guy. But yeah,
I'd like to state for the record that Harvey Weinstein has been tried, convicted, and sentenced. Yeah. For many crimes. So yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah. I hope he rots in prison. Oh, he is. Okay, good.
Yeah.
What's next?
Is that the last piece of news?
We can talk Knives Out too.
We can talk.
One more person, Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
My initial reaction: did not know Kate Hudson was still acting. Thought she was taking a long family break. I think she was. But I enjoyed her as an actress. In some of the stuff, I feel like she's been doing a lot of like rom-com stuff for some of her career, but some of the times where she tried to really bring out some good acting chops, I think she's succeeded. So I'm excited for her to join this, and I'm excited, have her own little Michael Keaton renaissance. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that would be good for her, because I think she can really pull it out and be a good performer when she wants to be.
Feel the same way. Yeah. Last piece of news. This is the last one. Timothy Chalamet will play Willy Wonka in an origin movie for Warner Brothers. Origin movie as in the origin of Willy Wonka. I apparently this has been like a rumor for a while. And apparently Jeff Snyder called this like a while ago. And
it was rumored like 2 years ago that it was between Timothy Chalamet. It was like Timothy Chalamet, Donald Glover, and
Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like somebody else, and like, because I think they were really going back and forth with the age.
Oh.
Because my brain keeps wanting to tell me Asa Butterfield, like that young.
Oh, okay.
They were looking at, which like Asa Butterfield, I think he might be older than Timothy Chalamet, but he definitely looks younger.
Isn't he's like what, like 24, 25?
24, I think. Yeah. I think he's the same age as Florence.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, man. Like, Warner Brothers at this point is just they got all this IP, and I feel like they just don't know what to do themselves.
They're just gonna like throw it at the wall and be like, stick.
Yeah. They're just like, well, let's do this. We did a 5-minute version of it, and the Johnny Depp one. Let's do a whole movie about it.
Christopher Lee, the dentist.
No son of mine will be.
That was like the creepiest thing. He had like the headgear, and he was like, chocolate, and but
he goes, Christopher Lee goes, when he comes back, he goes, I haven't seen bicuspids like these since Willy. Count Dooku, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. This will be interesting. What, like, I'm assuming they're not going to use that, right? So this. No,
I'm assuming this is not going to be based
on
in any of the previous ones.
Yeah, what you saw from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like anything with him having.
I think with Timothy Chalamet's look, if anything, it would be the younger version of Gene Wilder.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
if you dye his hair light, he looks a lot like Gene Wilder.
You think we're gonna see how the Oompa Loompas got to the Chocolate Factory?
I mean, maybe, but like I keep coming back to like
I think
we literally saw all that. Like
we did.
Willy Wonka's origin, like honestly, Willy Wonka's whole origin story was like 10% of that movie.
Yeah.
There was so many flashbacks, like
right.
him and I don't know why I remember so much of this, but like him and Prince Pondicherry, like the castle that he makes out of chocolate, and he's like, "You'll have to start eating right away," and he's like, "I don't intend to
recall
eat it."
that, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't intend to eat it. I intend to live in it," and he's like, "It's not gonna work." And then he's like, he goes to the forest and he finds, he like gives him the nut or whatever, and they're like, "Whoa!" And then they're like, "We'll come back with you." Because they were getting killed in the forest.
Yeah.
All the animals.
Those
and
bugs.
Stuff. Yeah,
what were those bugs called?
Yeah.
And then obviously you have the birth of the madman himself is when Christopher Lee throws the candy into the fire and says, "No candy," and he, the
candy is
they
get the great line, "Candy is a waste of time," right?
Yeah, and the flames take his eyes, and he's just sitting there smiling with his headgear.
Yeah.
Oh my
maybe
Lord.
That'll be the first commentary on the Patreon.
Maybe, yeah. Danielle, not a big fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I would agree with
Which
that.
one
Willy
is
Wonka. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is Johnny Depp.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Willy Wonka, definitely the better one. Especially that great scene.
Although I will say, Willy Wonka, A+++. I give the Johnny Depp one like a B-. Like I don't think that movie's as bad as people.
I haven't seen it in a
think.
while.
Yeah.
What can you name me the creepiest scene from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? It's like kind of the beginning.
From Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, that's Johnny Depp one.
Like the opening.
Yep.
Yeah, the animatronics.
Yeah, when they're melting.
Yeah, and they all melt and
catch
stuff.
on fire. Yeah. That.
What is this creepiest, scariest part of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
When Gene Wilder's yelling at everybody.
The fucking boat.
Oh, the boat, and that was creepy. Yeah. Was that okay? So
you see Slughorn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. that part was creepy. Now, is Willy Wonka like based on like was that or like completely like somebody just came up with that, or is that based on like
it's a Roald Dahl book.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What happened to that? I feel like Roald Dahl was like such a big part of like my like elementary education. Do kids like still get taught that? Like, do kids still read like Witches? You know what I mean? Like that book. Like, I feel like that was such a big part. I don't know. Maybe it was just a Kenton thing, but I feel like Roald Dahl was like such a big like he is one of the best children's writers like ever type thing. Like, so yeah.
Well, I thought Roald Dahl was like one of those like not horror, but like.
Well, no, that was the thing. Was that he
okay.
did like kind of like the boat scene and stuff like that. Like Witches was like. It was like these witches, but then they like unzip their skin.
Oh, that's
suits.
a movie, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 movies. It was like the recent HBO Max one with Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Like that was based on the Roald Dahl book too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, BFG, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know why I went on that Roald Dahl tangent, but I just feel like that was like a big thing when I was a kid. Gotcha. I feel like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, if you want to like read good stuff and you're 7." Read Witches or read like whatever it might be, but yeah, it's a really good book too. And then there's like there's like sequels and stuff like The Great Glass Elevator. I keep coming back to the Johnny Depp one. Like they do the glass elevator in.
There we go, up and out.
Yeah. We'll never break through.
Okay, moving on. I think it's
main
time.
Topic?
What?
Main topic?
Main topic, yes.
Ooh.
So we're going to talk about our top 10 movies we're looking forward to for the rest of 2021. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful, but it's the best way to put it.
Yeah, so I made my list today. I'm assuming you also made your list. So, again, full disclosure, I got this idea because I was listening to the Top 10 podcast today, and they were doing top 10 movies we were looking forward to summer 2021. And I said, hey, let's take that and do it for the whole year. The rest of the year, and we're gonna do their format as well with the punts, and we come back to that. Except we're not gonna make the show list at the end. We're just gonna leave them as separate lists. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, I had a question. Are we doing any like honorable mentions?
I have one honorable mention.
Do you want to do that first or last?
Yeah, we could do honorable.
Okay.
Mention.
So again, the way the punting works is if I have like a number 10 and TJ's like, oh, that's my 6, then we would punt it. We basically, if somebody has it lower, the person that views it in the higher ranking, we punt the conversation, aka we wait to have the conversation about the film to honor the person's higher ranking.
Right.
So that's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I'll say if it's like a honorable mention, if somebody says it's an honorable mention, you can say that's a punt too, because we'll just talk about it when it's actually on somebody's list. So what's your one honorable mention?
I actually just added 2. Okay, so I tried to make my list maybe not as Marvel heavy. So for honorable mentions, I have Eternals, Black Widow, and Zola, which is not a Marvel movie.
A24.
Which Zola, A24 movie we did a reaction to based on this long Twitter thread of this crazy story of like a night, which I'm just looking forward to. Apparently like that thread was there for years and I never heard of it, I guess. And, but they're making a movie about it. And it comes out this year. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that, and Black Widow and Eternals.
Yeah. So I will say there are some punts in there, but you didn't really go into stuff too much. So I will say I have a couple honorable mentions. So the first one is I do actually have quite a bit of honorable mentions. Now we'll say again too, these are all movies that are currently supposed to come out in 2021.
Yeah.
So like I don't know about you, but like if it said 2021 as the release date, I could use it. But like there's some movies that I'm not sure if it's been updated because it feels like there's no way they're coming out.
Okay.
Like I'll say right now, it's not on my list and it's not an honorable mention. It would be, but I'm talking about Matrix.
That is currently listed for December, I believe.
Oh, it is currently listed for December. Okay. I might have to relook at that one. But it's not on my list, or it's not on my honorable mention because I thought it moved to 2022. But I might have to relook at that. But right now, my first honorable mention is "Don't Worry, Darling," and this is the Florence Pugh, Harry Styles starring film from Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, the list I looked at, like maybe I just passed it. I didn't know what it was.
I just looked at other people's letterbox lists for 2021. So Don't Worry, Darling, I'm really interested in it. We don't know much about the plot, but just based on the talent and everything involved, I am very, very interested in it. I loved Booksmart. I think Booksmart was like in my top 4 or top 5 of 2019. Very, very excited for that one. Another one, French Dispatch, which is the next. I almost said Woody Harrelson. That's not correct. What's his name?
Wait, who?
The French Dispatch. Wes Anderson.
Oh, Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
thanks. Oh shit! I forgot about that one.
So that's an honorable mention for me.
That's an honorable mention for me too.
Okay, yeah.
I'm adding that. Yeah.
Green Knight for me is an honorable mention. Let's see what else. I think there was one more. I really don't want to forget any of the honorable mentions. Oh, no, sorry. 3 more honorable mentions. Number 1 4 more honorable mentions. No Time to Die, only because I'm not as big in the franchise as you are. But I am excited to see it whenever the hell it finally actually comes out. Black Widow is a big honorable mention for me. It just couldn't make the list because the other 10, it's just personal reasons. I'll get into them and all that stuff. But Black Widow is a big honorable mention for sure. And then Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh wow, okay.
Is a big honorable mention.
I thought you'd be more Marvel heavy. I'll be honest.
Well,
gotcha. You got me. Okay.
Yeah, you never.
So
know. Did I? Oh, and I don't know if I said it. Kingsman.
Kingsman. Okay.
I think I already said it, but yeah, that's a big honorable mention too.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I think you went first with Saw, so I can go first.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Another honorable mention. Space Jam.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go first. So my number 10 might be on your list, might not. Won't have to wait much longer for 2021. That is A Quiet Place 2.
That's punt.
Okay. So what's your number 10?
My number 10 is House of Gucci.
That is a punt.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So my number 9 then, this might be a quick night. My number 9 is, oh, never mind. It's already 9:15.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Halloween Kills.
Not on my list.
Not even an honorable mention?
No.
Wow.
I was thinking about it when I was making the list.
Okay.
I would probably throw in I mean, I could throw every other movie that's not on the list as an honorable mention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not like, like when it got pushed back like last year, I was like,
yeah,
damn, like again,
We'd be getting Halloween Ends this year.
I know. I liked 2018 Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
So I am excited to see what they do, but didn't make my list.
Man, what a gift that Jamie Lee Curtis was so young in the first one.
Yeah.
That was a 40-year difference from the first one to the 2018.
Jeez.
And she was only in her late 50s.
Yeah.
She was so young in the first one. Like, that is such a blessing to her career in this franchise that, like, she's just been working for so long.
Right.
Props to Jamie Lee Curtis also. Go watch Knives Out. So what's your 9? Oh, whoa, sorry. I'll talk about Halloween Kills. I really, really loved the 2018 Halloween. I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan, as I just alluded to. I just think she's a amazing, very charismatic, great lead for any and usually all films that she's in. And I really like Judy Greer as a character actress, and I really like her taking on a bigger role in the 2018 one. I love her in, the Ant-Man movies and stuff like that. Obviously a very small role in the MCU, but she's still good in it. So yeah, I like the two of them together. I like that dynamic, and I really like David Gordon Green's vision for the franchise. It seems like John Carpenter's really on board with this kind of new generation of the of this trilogy.
Yeah, I think Blumhouse producing all of them.
Yeah, and you have Blumhouse. I mean, there is so much going right for these 3 movies. The first one obviously that we've already gotten, and these remaining 2. So yeah, that's why. I mean, it's only number 9, but it's number 9 out of everything left, which there are like at least 40 good movies coming still. So yeah. That's my number 9. I'm super excited for this October.
So my number 9 is In the Heights.
That is not on my list.
Okay.
I'll say it's an honorable mention.
Fair.
Jimmy Smits,
Yeah. I loved Hamilton. Lin-Manuel Miranda has been very good in everything I've ever seen him in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wasn't the biggest fan of Mary Poppins Returns, but he was still very good in it.
Exact opposite.
Anthony Ramos, I'm excited to see what he kind of does with like a leading
he's
role.
Fantastic.
John M. Chu, of course. I'm in a musical mood. Yeah.
What's that movie called? Oh, duh. A Star Is Born.
A Star Is Born.
Yeah,
correct,
Anthony Ramos, fantastic in that film.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Oh, and Corey Hawkins. Oh fuck, I didn't even know he was in this.
And Jimmy Smits.
I just saw something about Jimmy. Oh, he's getting a star on the Hollywood Walk.
He hasn't had one?
Walk of Fame, I think
it was.
He's
been famous since like the This is the early 90s. What the hell?
Yeah.
He was in Star Wars. What? like a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, good for Jimmy.
Oh my God, Chris Jackson is in this. I'm in.
Oh,
he plays Washington in Hamilton.
Oh. Woo! In the Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
Too, right?
I'm in. I'm in now.
Good. He was good.
Yeah, he was amazing. Good.
Okay.
He was the best part of Hamilton, in my
Right,
opinion.
right.
Danielle will back me up.
Okay, so my number 8.
Yes.
Okay, so don't laugh, but
okay.
My number 8, which is just because I grew up watching this. I grew up watching this all the time. I have a very big affinity for all of the previous films and the series, and that is my number 8 is The Return, Jackass 4.
Oh, that's not on my list.
I am very excited. There was a very recent, I think just today, huge spread about Johnny Knoxville. Can't remember which magazine it was.
Yeah,
but,
I saw that
him.
on Twitter.
It was like Johnny Knoxville at 50.
Yeah.
I just really admire like what that guy has done with his career. Like that is like insane. Basically, he's like another Adam Sandler type where he will just keep making money and then putting his money back into helping his friends type of thing, and also entertaining people. And then obviously with, the loss of Ryan Dunn over a decade ago at this point.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
There was a lot of doubt that, because after he died, there was nothing Jackass ever again after that. And then I think it was just one of those things where with the pandemic and everything, they were like, well, you know what? It's like one last time type thing, now or never. Let's do another one type of thing. And we haven't gotten a single trailer or frame or anything of this. But I'm super excited just to get everybody back together and see.
I feel like I heard about this movie like years ago, that it was going to be a thing, and then I just didn't.
Oh yeah, they announced it in 2019, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like fall 2019.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So my 8.
Yeah.
So my 8 is Shang Chi.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm very.
I thought you'd be a little lighter on the Marvel.
I only have. Well, the other two are honorable mentions.
Well, true. Yeah.
Shang-Chi, I am excited to see where they take this character. Again, I don't really have no background on this character. Awkwafina excited me in the trailer. Who's the actor who plays him again? He basically willed Shang-Chi into existence. Yep. Excited for him. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do with this movie and how it ties in.
For sure, yeah. Same, I will say, if I had to rank my honorable mentions, that was my number 11.
Yeah.
It was my 11, 12, and 13 was Shang-Chi, Kingsman, and Black Widow.
Gotcha.
So those were my 3 that were really close to making it. I am super excited for this. The trailer, obviously, you can go watch the trailer reaction. I'm just blown away by this concept and the visuals and the fighting style and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it just it's a very striking trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, watch it. It's very visually captivating. It kind of gives me the Wolverine vibes too, with that kind of stuff, a little bit of Blade Runner 2 thrown in there, set in the Marvel universe. So I'm super excited for it. It's just 10 is such a small number. So,
yeah.
So my number 7?
7, yep.
So my number 7 is the Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, that's not even
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
okay.
just kidding. Number 7. I'm actually going to say that I'm excited for Venom 2.
On my birthday, by the way.
It's not an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. It comes out right on your birthday?
Yeah. September 24th, yep.
We got the poster in today. Very, very cool poster.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the poster?
I did not, no.
Very, very cool poster. I might pull it up when you're talking about the next one. My real number 7 is, though, surprise, because I think the first one was a pile of flaming dog shit, The Suicide Squad.
That's punt.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's your number 7 then?
My number 7 is No Time to Die.
Okay, so those were
I still haven't finished, or I still haven't gone through Skyfall or Spectre. I've seen it on IMDb.
That in real life, that looked very cool. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Rami Malek. Never thought I'd really say that. I don't not like him. It's just
I like long pauses in the middle of sentence.
I'm excited to see how the kind of Daniel Craig,
era ends.
Ana de Armas is in this. I believe Christoph Waltz comes back as well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see kind of how they end Daniel Craig as James Bond.
Fiennes back as
Ray Fiennes.
right?
Yeah, and maybe kind of hint. Oh, and what's her name from Captain Marvel?
Latasha Lynch.
Is it Latasha Lynch? Is that how you pronounce it? Okay.
I think I just
her
pulled that out of my
as well,
mind.
who has been rumored apparently to kind of take the 007 role, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be another James Bond. You know what I mean? She'll be 007, but there'd still be, you know what I mean? Maybe you could spin it off in that way.
Yeah.
But I'm also, again, excited to see Lashana Lynch. I'm also very excited to see who the next James Bond will be. Yeah. I honestly hope it's Idris Elba. I don't think it will be, because that whole thing last year or 2 years ago where
he's too street.
Yeah, something like that, which is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, No Time to Die, number 7.
Nice. That's good. I mean, that's good. I'm very excited for it too. Just like I said, I just don't have as much of an affinity with the franchise as you do, but I still am very excited to see the next chapter. I was excited to see it 2 years ago, and I'm excited to see it a year from now. So that's great. No, but really, we don't whenever it actually does.
I thought I heard too something about Sean Connery being in this, but I could be very.
Oh,
well, it was filmed way before he passed
it in, like,
away.
2018.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's actually true.
Oh my God,
but
bro!
I thought
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being like the guy at MGM and your studio is struggling so much that you're about to get bought and you're gonna get fired, and you're like, I am sitting on a freaking Sean Connery cameo that I can't talk about.
I feel like he'd be like, I'm not gonna, because he retired like a long time ago. So, but I think maybe you do it like in that one Doctor Who episode with Matt Smith and Tom Baker when he's like the guy in
the curator,
the curator. So maybe something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. So you're number 6.
Oh, speaking of Matt Smith, I'm excited to see if
Morbius. Is that this year?
Morbius, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No. Yeah, that is this year too. No, February now.
Oh, 2022.
I'm excited to see if Last Night in Soho is anywhere.
Oh yeah, I still watch the trailer.
Is it anywhere on your list or no?
It's not. No,
okay, cool. It's not. I was being coy, but it's not on my list either. We didn't do the trailer reaction only because we were both at work today, and honestly, when we get to the 5 or 6 hour mark after the trailer comes out, the video really doesn't do
that well
anything. And literally I got home and then immediately started setting up for this. So
that's why there's no reaction.
Yeah, that's why there's no reaction to it. But I did like the vibe of the trailer. I thought it was really good. It was kind of reminded me of, remember Midnight in Paris, the Owen Wilson one, where he kind of can like go back in time to like Paris or whatever. Kind of reminds me of that meets like Atomic Blonde meets like Edgar Wright style. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But Matt Smith is in that, and he looked really, really good in the trailer.
Cool.
That was what reminded me of it. But yeah, I would say definitely an honorable mention for that one. It's just so new, and this is the very first thing we got to look at. So we're on my number 6, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this is gonna be a massive pun. My number 6 is Dune.
That's a pun.
Okay.
I just want to quick read off Danielle honorable mention Dear Evan Hansen. I love Ben Platt, but this man is about to be 30. And Michelle says her number 1 is The Suicide Squad. She says you should not be surprised.
Yeah, true.
I
want to comment on that for a second, on both actually. Okay. So Dear Evan Hansen, I watched that trailer. Oof, that's a tough look. Trailer. That's a tough look. I don't know what's going on with his face.
They do something to his face? They de-age
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the story. I don't know if he has like a condition or something, but his like face looks like puffy. I don't know if they're trying to de-age him or if that is something to do with the story.
Gotcha.
I don't know. But he did not look like he fit in with the high schoolers around him.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of the Suicide Squad, maybe I shouldn't be surprised that it's your number 1, but I think you might be surprised because I think it's going to be a very different movie than the first one that you know and love.
I'd have to.
So I would say
buckle up.
Buckle up, yeah, because I think it would be very different. People think they tried de-aging. He would have been fine if they left it. Nope, he's supposed to be a plain 16-year-old boy. Oh my God. Okay, that is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's like really bad then, because he looks nothing. Okay, that's just terrible. All right. Anyways, next up. So what? Oh yeah, what's your number 6?
Did you say your number 6?
Dune. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay. My number 6 is Quiet Place 2.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I told Danielle, people are saying this is one of the best horror sequels ever.
Mm-hmm. Perrin Nemiroff said rare sequel just as good as first.
Yeah. Or I don't know.
Better.
I haven't seen it or better.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently John Krasinski directs the shit out of this thing.
Cillian Murphy really adds to it.
Wow. Okay. I'm excited to see Emily Blunt and the 2 kids and how everything comes together in the sequel, as well as kind of maybe we get a origin story from these monsters because I've heard that the beginning is like previous to the first one.
I've heard
John Krasinski's in it for
a decent amount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for like flashbacks. I think there's probably gonna be flashbacks throughout, maybe. But I'm all for that. I love the whole like day whatever it was in the first one. I'd love to go back, and I'd love a prequel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Honestly, just give me like. I would really like to. I remember, wasn't there like talk of some sort of Quiet Place 3 already in the works with like a totally different people, but it was like set in a different.
I think it would have been a spin-off, like it's like a different area.
But they said it was something like it was set with like a different natural disaster or like a different disaster. Oh. And I remember there was the news of it, and everybody was like, "Oh, I kind of wish they would have just done like this."
A sequel, yeah.
Yeah, and what I wish is I would love what I think you were alluding to. I would just love to see another group of people going through the same thing.
Right, yeah.
Show me what day 76 looks like for somebody in France. You know, something like that. Or like a UK family or something like that. That would be really cool.
And to add onto it, some of it was also filmed right here in Buffalo.
Right here. Absolutely.
So your number 5.
So my number 5, I don't know if this is going to be on your list.
Okay.
This is The Last Duel.
No, it's not on my list.
You know of it, though, right?
I know of it. I know literally nothing about it.
Okay.
I know it has Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
And Adam Driver.
Yeah. And that's it.
And directed by
Ridley Scott. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I
know. So that's pretty much all I know, and that is enough. Because that is stacked on stacked on stacked.
If you haven't seen, apparently Ben Affleck, hot again. Apparently he's with...
hot again, and Bennifer's back in business, baby.
Apparently.
Bennifer is back in business.
1.0, not 2.0. Because Bennifer is Ben Affleck, J-Lo, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Brett, did you see that picture of them walking down the stairs, like out of this house?
Yeah, and he's got the watch.
He's got the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, the only reason I know about any of this is because of Danielle. So thank you, Danielle, for enlightening me, because I literally had no idea that I honestly didn't know that they had dated before. Mm-hmm. I was completely oblivious. She was like, "Yeah, he's in the music video for Jenny on the Block or whatever." I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that." But yeah, I'm excited for that. But again, like you, I know absolutely nothing about it.
Think about that. If they really are back together, that means that he left Ana de Armas.
She left him.
Yeah, that's
she left him.
that all I'm saying is that relationship ended.
Yeah.
With Ana de Armas, and J-Lo left Alexander Rodriguez.
Yeah.
so they could be back together again. Yeah. Like that. That is some hard. That is like two very big power couples breaking up so that a new one can form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, good for him. Like he posted on Mother's Day, like he posted this great post about Jennifer Gardner,
oh cool,
being so hopefully they're all cool, and then if he can be happy with somebody else too, great. All I want for that guy,
I just want him to be healthy and
healthy,
yeah,
and be Batman, and be happy and be Batman, and all that stuff. No, but I'm making a joke everybody's like be Batman, but he clearly wants to be Batman when he is healthy. You know what I mean? There's a clear correlation to,
and you might get him as Bruce Wayne again, and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a clear correlation between he really fell off and then he quit outright and then he got a lot better and he was like, all right, I'll do the Flash. You know what I mean? It's like well, if he's doing that, I mean, who knows what else could happen.
And he did some Snyder Cut shots too.
Yeah, he did. So, he filmed 3 or 4 days on Snyder Cut. Did the nightmare scene and all that stuff.
So is it your 5 or my 5?
That was my 5. Okay. The Last Duel.
So my 5 is actually the Green Knight.
There you go.
So I'm I really have not seen Dev Patel in much. I actually reacted to the trailer.
Yeah.
And
video's doing very good. Go check it out right now.
I was very intrigued. I really don't know anything about that time period. But I'm excited to see Dev Patel. I remember this movie being announced. I remember getting the poster, and it was gonna come out, and then obviously it got pushed. And I actually thought a month or two ago, I had Googled is it out yet? Because I was like, did it come out? But then obviously another trailer came out. But yeah, I'm excited to see Dev Patel in this role, see what he does. And there's somebody else in this movie. And I was like, oh shit,
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton. I was like, oh, I didn't expect to see him pop up in here, but
Uncle Owen himself.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Green Knight.
Same. Yeah, I mean, it was one of my honorable mentions of just anything from A24. Anything with Dev Patel specifically from A24. Like that's just a match made in heaven. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I'm also I also like any of that kind of like Midsummer had that same kind of vibe of like the kind of like more like mystical like forest magic stuff. You know what I mean? Like if that makes sense. Like the bear stuff and that that kind of stuff. You know, that kind of stuff is like A24 knocks that stuff out of the park. Like the kind of making you feel uncomfortable with whatever the hell's going on. Very excited. So my number 4.
Yep.
My number 4 is Eternals.
So that's an honorable mention for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something about that trailer, man, which I did the reaction to. You can go ahead and check it out right now on the trailer or on the channel. Something about that trailer, man, really. I think somebody online called it ethereal, and I talked to you about that, and I think that's a great word for it. I super am excited for this. I was excited for this. Probably would have made lower on my list, but still made the list. Not even an honorable mention before that trailer. But the trailer just really, really hits home. Like Chloe Zhao is just phenomenal. Like it looks. I know people say this for like other MCU movies and stuff, but like this one really, it does not feel like a Marvel movie at all. Like it just feels like this big ensemble character piece with these beautiful vista shots, like these amazing CGI, like the shot of like the ship. Like, in the fact that, like, their ship, it's, like, it's all symmetrical with the shot and with the ground and stuff. And it's, like, just the vision for this movie. Look, no pun intended. The vision for this movie just seems so, like, on the money. Like, just bang on. So good. Like, I'm just so excited for it. And the fact that this movie is adding so many big names to the MCU. Like, yes, Minerva, Captain Marvel, but like Gemma Chan fully in the MCU. You know what I mean? Like Minerva had 3 lines and then she died. So I'm excited to see her in a leading role. Kit Harington joining the MCU, Richard Madden joining the MCU, Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie. You know, if you've heard of her out there,
Camille Nanjiani.
Camille. I was like, there must be somebody I'm forgetting. Yeah, Camille Nanjiani
and Brian Tyree Henry.
Exactly. Yeah. And name is escaping me. Funny face guy, English guy. Not 1917. Dunkirk. You know who I'm talking about.
Dunkirk.
The kid from Dunkirk.
There's like a gazillion kids in Dunkirk.
The kid in the fishing boat. With black hair.
I saw the movie once.
Okay.
The only ones I know from that movie are Harry Styles and Tom Hardy. And that's it.
He was like the kid that was with Mark Rylance. But he looks fantastic in it too. I'm trying to think of anything else. And then just like the humor too, like that great line. I mean, it sucks to hear that line, but like the great line at the end where it's like, with Captain Rogers and Tony Stark on, you know, who's gonna lead the Avengers? And
Barry Keoghan?
Yes, yeah, him. They're like, you know, with Captain Rogers and Iron Man gone, who's gonna lead the Avengers? And like Icarus, like Richard Madden goes, he's like, well, I could, and they're like, and then they like burst out into laugh. Yeah. Like it really makes me feel like we're gonna get a great family dynamic because yes, the Avengers are like a type of family, like. But we've never had like a full-on family dynamic, like, and I feel like we're gonna finally get that in both this and Black Widow, and then Fantastic Four too. So I'm actually really excited to see that kind of almost superhero family type aspect brought into the MCU, full on. Yeah.
Tell you what, Camille Nanjiani has updated his IMDb picture.
All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Suicide Squad. I'm just really excited to see, you know, how James Gunn has done this. Obviously, he hasn't really missed yet with the 2 Guardians movies. You've seen like Super. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, he always just seems to make things work and makes you care about the characters. So it'll be interesting to see, from the trailers, we're all assuming that this first group basically dies, and then the second group kind of comes in. Obviously, he's doing the Peacemaker spinoff show with John Cena.
Can you imagine if, obviously he can't because he is in so much of the trailer, but like, can you imagine if like Peacemaker dies like 20 minutes in and the show's a prequel?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
It's just like it flips it the whole thing.
He said he can kill anybody, so
yeah.
Obviously, we have Idris Elba, we have John Cena, Margot Robbie, David Dastmalchian, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, right? He's the shark, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shark.
Viola Davis. So
Joel Kinnaman,
big cast.
Which I'm actually excited to see. I've said this in all the trailer reactions we've done, but I'm excited to see Joel Kinnaman as this version of Rick Flag. Not the grungy Hot Topic worker that we got in the first one, because in the comics, Rick Flag is more of what he's going to be in this. He's more of like the all-American soldier guy that's like, you know what I mean? Like he's got like the bright yellow shirt on in this and stuff. Like, and then the other one, he was just kind of like a grungy asshole. And it's like, well, that's just like, we've seen that a million times. Like, give me something a little more interesting, like with a little more levity. Like, that's what I think James Gunn is really going to bring to this, is that he's going to clearly honor the first movie, but set it in like a much better tone and kind of area, I think.
That's my number 4.
That's your number 4.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Top 3.
I measured to see if this one is on your list.
Okay. And that is
your number 3.
My number 3 is Don't Look Up.
I don't know what that is.
You know what that is?
No.
Okay. So this is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence.
The Netflix movie.
And Meryl Streep and Cate Blanchett and Timothy Chalamet and Jonah Hill and
I
Ariana Grande and Matthew Perry and Ron Perlman and Mark Rylance and Chris Evans and Tyler Perry and Kid Cudi and let's see, Michael Chiklis. Yeah. Whoa, The Thing coming back. Directed by Adam McKay, who, for those who have watched this show, know I am a immense fan of Adam McKay's work, with pretty much everything that he does.
Not the biggest fan of Vice, fan of Big Short.
Oh, Big Short to me. I actually was at Barnes & Noble a week ago, and they have this whole, if you go to the film section, like the Blu-rays and stuff, you probably know what I'm talking about.
I do.
They have this whole wall with books about film and TV and stuff. I was gonna buy this one that was like, it's like the gray one that looks like a vault, and it's like the ultimate film book or something, or list of films or essential films or something. I open it, and the movie I said, I was because I hate when you pick up a book like that says these essential films you must watch, and it's everything's from like the 80s or earlier, and it's like no, you need to understand that modern filmmaking is just as important as older stuff. Like, to me, that's very important. I don't like people who are purists that say like only the classics are good. Like, and there's a ton of people like that, especially ones that write those books. First movie I looked up, I was like, if The Big Short is in this, I will buy this book. The Big Short was in it, and then I turned it over, and it was $100. I was like, okay. I was like, that's okay. But literally, I went, if The Big Short's not in this, I'm not getting this book. Yeah. Like, that was my...
He said, let me go sit over here at the cafe, read the entire thing, then put it back.
And then put it back. Yeah. This guy, he keeps showing up like 3 hours a day every week. Yeah. Like, I don't know what's going on. No, but yeah, so Don't Look Up. We've got some initial... Can't remember if they were set pictures or official pictures, but we do have like a little bit of we do have a little bit of a poster. Actually, I don't know if that's a poster or if it's just like a random look at it or whatever.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I think that's just like an image.
Yeah. But yeah, I really don't have a lot of information. So 2 low-level astronomers.
That's like Leo's like first like. I mean, it's probably a lot of actors first, but that like to see him do like a Netflix movie. Straight like that, to, you know, I don't know if it's going straight to Netflix and then theater same day or but the other
oh my god,
the other movie that Netflix has
synopsis.
No, wait, do I want to listen to it? Yeah, read it off.
Two low-level astronomers upon discovering 2 low-level astronomers, that's Jennifer Lawrence and Leo. Upon discovering that a meteor will strike the Earth in 6 months, go on a media tour to try to warn the world but find an unreceptive and unbelieving populace.
Wow.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so... And with Adam McKay directing that premise... Who wrote this? Who the hell wrote this? Where are you? Adam McKay wrote it too.
Wow.
He wrote and directed. Okay, yeah, I'm 100% on board. This is my number 3 right now. Honestly, it might even go higher. Like, this is insane. I'm very excited for this.
And the other movie they have coming out is Red Notice with The Rock, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds, which apparently is so excited for that one as well. So my number 3, I'm fully on board this franchise now. F9. Let's go. Let's see how crazy we can get. We're going to space, everybody. To the space and probably farther. I think maybe F9 we kind of get to space, but I think F10 and F11 are where we actually are fully fledged. We're on the moon. We're on Mars. We don't know what we're doing up here. We just know there's a heist we need to pull off, and Charlize Theron is behind it. You don't seem very excited.
That is ludicrous.
That is ludicrous. That's a good one. What I have heard, there is no justice for Han. I heard that's not
not addressed.
I'm going to guess they're not going to address it at all. Here's what I said in my ranking of this franchise so far. I said we need to bring The Rock back and Jason Statham back somehow. You said Jason Statham said he would love to come back at some point, I believe.
And
The Rock said he didn't say that, but I don't think he will come back as long as Tyrese and Vin Diesel are in this franchise, which they will always be in the franchise, so I don't think he'll come back. But he'll come back to his own spinoff with Jason Statham probably. But yeah, I think maybe it'd be so funny if we get to the moon and they pass the moon and there's The Rock just standing there giving a wave. That'd be great.
There you go. He said, Luke?
Yeah.
He said, so.
And we'll see how the John Cena plot plays out. Yeah. I don't know. Again, they've never mentioned he had a brother ever.
And family comes first.
And family comes first, but apparently not for Dom. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't watched it, go watch the SNL sketch about Vin Diesel with AMC theaters. Yeah. Because when the real video came out of Vin Diesel talking about AMC and stuff, I was dying and showing everybody at work. And then the fact that SNL somebody saw that at SNL and was like, we should definitely do a sketch of this. It was very, very funny.
Number 2.
All right, my number 2 is... Oh, this is the pun from earlier. This is another Ridley Scott film.
Oh, House of Gucci.
House of Gucci. This is another Ridley Scott, Adam Driver. Listen, to me... Okay, I'm just going to say right off the bat, if Ridley Scott has chosen Adam Driver as his new, muse actor, keep him coming, man.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. That is amazing. Yeah, you want to... talk first about it?
Yeah, we got Salma Hayek, Al Pacino, Jared Leto, Adam Driver, Jack Houston, Lady Gaga, Jeremy Irons, and Camille Cotton. That's kind of the main cast, I would guess. Story of how Patrizia Reggiani, the ex-wife of Maurizio Gucci, plotted to kill her husband, the grandson of renowned fashion designer Guccio Gucci. What a name! I'm excited for this movie, just for the cast alone. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got four Gucci's here.
There was that thing that the Gucci family was offended because they had some, Al Pacino was playing that character, and they're like, oh, he was way more attractive in real life than Al Pacino right now. I heard that was a sticking point with the family, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm very excited, especially for that sweater. That sweater.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you just said, I echo a lot of that. I think it's just very, very fantastic cast, premise, movie, and of course Ridley Scott doing. I mean, if Ridley Scott just got bored in the pandemic and was like, I feel like I want to make 4 movies back to back to back. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, maybe hop aboard the Hulu Alien series. Make sure that's good. Ridley, I know you're watching. Yeah. Very, very excited for that. I'm a big Ridley Scott fan. Don't know if you can tell. So yeah, I think both of these movies, both this one and The Last Duel, are gonna be really, really good. And I think it's gonna be tough. Do you think one of them eventually moves? I mean, they're slated to come out like a month apart.
Honestly, I think everything right now is like set. Yeah.
I don't even mean because of COVID. I just mean because you have.
They're kind of going against each other.
It's like Ridley Scott directing Adam Driver. Like, especially I'm thinking like awards season. It could like
maybe
hurt each other. You know what I mean? Hurt each other's chances. But either way, I mean, if we get both of them in awards season, I mean, holy crap, fine by me. Yeah. That sounds amazing. And just going back to Last Duel for a second too, I really hope Matt Damon in that like is gonna put in another like Martian level performance, because that guy or like Good Will Hunting, whatever you want to say, like, because when Matt Damon is on, that MFer is on. Like, so I'm really hoping that Ridley Scott pulls that out of him. So what is your number 2?
My number 2 is, I'm gonna guess a punt for you, is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, that would be fun. yeah.
So
your number 1.
My number 1 is Dune.
Yeah.
Yes. So which one do you want to talk about? First.
I guess we could talk about. I don't know. What do you want?
We'll talk about Dune real quick.
Okay.
Dune, I think, directed by the great Denis Villeneuve.
Oh,
I think has the chance, if it gets enough box office, to be one of those movies that kind of breaks open and becomes a franchise that can stay. Obviously, we have Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, Javier Bardem, Stellan Skarsgård, David Dastmalchian.
Again.
I feel like I butchered his
name.
You
said it right both times.
I did? Okay. Yeah. Charlotte Rambling, Sharon Duncan Brewster.
Did you say Zendaya?
I did say Zendaya. I just like I listened to the book a few months ago. It's kind of fading from me, I'll be honest, like remembering everything, because it's like a 30-hour audiobook. But I just think that this movie has the chance to, become something bigger, as long as it gets to the box office, which I honestly am afraid that it probably won't. Because again, it's Dune. I feel like it's, like I said, I think it's not mainstream.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people will be like, "What the fuck is Dune?" Like, I'm sure a lot of people are like, unfortunately, I could be wrong. I feel like some people are like, "What the fuck is Blade Runner?" Which would you agree with that, or do you think it's more? You said it's more mainstream now, right? A few weeks ago,
I'd say it's more mainstream than it was. But
yeah,
I mean, it's not like.
Who do I need to go to a movie theater to watch a 3.5-hour sequel to Blade Runner?
Exactly. Yeah.
You should.
No, you need to go to a movie theater and watch the 5.5-hour double feature.
Yeah.
Duh.
So Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'll say Dune too, because I mean it was my number 6. I mean it's no slouch. I mean it's at a certain point of the year it was like in my 1-2 range. Like this to me just everything you just said. I mean, obviously I love Ridley Scott. I love Denis. To me, I think, Blade Runner 2049 is my favorite movie of all time currently. But in terms of raw directing, to me, I think Arrival is just so fantastic. And this is coming from somebody who, like, Sicario is one of my favorite action movies of all time, like that whole type of thing. Oh my God. Wait.
What?
I don't know if it's 2021. I just remembered something that I think was a big mistake to not put on my list.
What?
Because if it is 2021, Mission Impossible 7. It's not. No. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It just like reminded me, and I was like that, because when I said one of my favorite action films, I was like, wait a minute, what about my favorite franchise?
I feel like it's like mid 2022.
Yeah, I think.
I don't think it's like early. Yeah.
Because I think the original release date was like now-ish. Because it was originally supposed to be like 6 months after Top Gun, or a year, whatever the hell it was. But yeah, Dune, I'm very excited about. I like Timothée Chalamet. I think he annoyed me in some roles in the beginning, but Little Women, he really, really won me over to his side. And then also
Lady Bird
and Steve Carell.
Beautiful Boy.
Beautiful Boy. Yes. I think Beautiful Boy was fantastic. Was that Prime Video, right?
That was Prime.
If you have Prime Video, go watch that right now. Fantastic performance by both Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet, and both of them together, father and son. Absolutely wonderful movie. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I didn't like Malcolm and Marie as much, but I love Zendaya.
Yeah.
So I'm not holding that against anything or anything like that. And
Greatest Showman.
And
Greatest Showman. Good flick there.
That's it.
Greatest Showman. Okay. Well.
Some people.
And
all right.
Spider-Man's last one.
Yeah. So speaking of Zendaya.
Yeah. Duh. All right.
I mean, I don't even know what.
I think Spider-Man No Way Home
has the potential
to break open the MCU, just like Doctor Strange will.
Yeah.
We're assuming afterwards.
For sure.
I think this will be the, not even close to the tip of the iceberg to the craziness that we get in this movie, and I'm just excited to see. Yeah. Like, obviously, I'm excited for Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, but all the rumors that have been swirling about this Spider-Man movie, that we're going to get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and obviously we have Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina, and then hopefully Willem Dafoe, and maybe you get like maybe you get a cameo from Tom Hardy or something like that.
I've said from day one I am totally game for Venom to be in the MCU. I know it's hard because it's San Francisco. You're gonna have to make it make sense with Ant-Man. But if you do multiverse thing, just say you grabbed that version of Venom out, like that's all you need to do, like that kind of thing. They can make it work. But I would love because I don't know if I don't care if Tom Holland's in Venom 2 or not or anything like that, but I would be like, whoa, okay, I'm on board if Tom Hardy shows up in Spider-Man. I mean, that would be really cool. Michelle in the chat says, finish it.
Yeah.
That's right. Finish it. From evil.
I was watching he was on Variety on the YouTube channel. He was doing a breakdown of like his career, how like the actors do that sometimes. He seems like a very well-spoken person, and he was kind of like, like I just kind of started acting, and he just likes to act.
Was that the one where he was like?
Because he's been in a lot of fucking movies. So
was that the one where he was talking about like he always knows when people walk up to him like what they're from?
Yeah,
and he was like, I can always tell like a
Boondock Saints
fan. He was like, I can always tell a Boondock Saints fan when they walk up. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, I mean. Like you said, I think this has massive potential to set the stage for Doctor Strange 2. I think right now we are in the midst of a little mini series within the MCU that we don't even know is unfolding, which I think it's WandaVision, Loki, Spider-Man, and then ending with Doctor Strange. I think those four all are going to tie in a whole lot more than anybody's leading on. I think Tom Holland probably is in some capacity in Doctor Strange 2. They're just not talking about it because it would kind of not make much sense for him not to be. Also, those two movies kind of filmed on top of each other in a lot of the same place, and Benedict was in... We already know Benedict is in Spider-Man, and we know that they go to the Sanctum and like all that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all the seeds are there and stuff. Yeah, I just if everything that we hear is true, and it can't all be true.
Oh no,
no way. Like there's got to be red herrings out there and stuff like that. But like, it's just gonna be so freaking cool. And I mean, we're going off of a title here, folks.
Yeah, we're so hyping this up, but I'm ready to get my heart broken that none of them are in it.
Yeah,
like obviously we have Alfred Molina and stuff, but like Toby or Andrew, like. Ugh.
I think they're totally full of it. Like Andrew, you're talking about like the interview with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to be, but I just don't. I don't know anything. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, the same thing with Tatiana Maslany saying like, oh, I don't know how those She-Hulk rumors started. It's a month later, official casting. Oscar Isaac, like a moon. What is it like? And then Ethan Hawke goes like, oh, yeah, I love Oscars. We're doing Moon Knight. It's going to be great. It's like, okay, well, there you go. And you know the whole Alfred Molina thing with like, oh, it's great. Yeah, I'm picking up right after Spider-Man 2. It's gonna be fantastic. Like, all right.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that was our.
That's our top 10 list.
Top 10 for the remaining half.
Of 2021.
Like remaining half of 2021.
That would make sense.
So let us know what you guys thought. You know, in the comments down below, let us know like your top 3 or your top 5 or your top 10 if you have it. You can always tweet at the show, which is the new at is the official PFN. Some guy took the one that we wanted.
Was taken.
Yeah, it was official PFN was taken by some guy 3 years ago. Tweeted one thing and said hello Twitter, and then never tweeted again. So that's great. If there's a way, you know, we can maybe DM him, but I don't think he has.
I'll give you $1 for the at if you want.
Exactly. Yeah. He's gonna be like, no, it's an NFT.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
He's gonna be like, that'll be $6 billion.
Yeah.
So I don't have that yet. So yeah, I mean, thanks for joining us in episode 45 of Planet Film Live. Check out all the trailer reactions that are currently on the channel. Check out our recent ones. We did 2 most recent is Eternals and
what? Yeah, that movie that I had no idea existed. It's Netflix, I think. That you did today. Something cake or something like that.
Oh.
What is that called?
That is a big, fat, honorable mention.
Oh. Yeah,
Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
Karen Gillan led. Oh my God, I can't even believe I forgot about that. Karen Gillan led, like John Wick style. That's
okay.
it. That's literally all you need to know. It's basically a John Wick movie with Karen Gillan as the lead.
Okay.
That is like so awesome. Like, I know you are a fan of hers from Doctor Who and stuff too. You know the Matt Smith era and stuff. Like 11 years ago, 2010, when her and Matt Smith started on Doctor Who. Like, I never thought they would be here where they both released. Actually, they both were in the 2 biggest trailers of the day. Yeah. Yeah, Last Night in Soho with Matt Smith, and then Karen Gillan in this. Good for them. Fantastic. Like, that's so I love it when somebody from like a show like that just like breaks through, like that kind of thing. So yeah, no, but fantastic. Huge honorable mention for that. But that's coming out very soon, so we get to see it, pretty soon. Coming to Netflix, Gunpowder Milkshake. It's basically think like an all-female John Wick meets what's the other one? It's like that same style. But men.
Jason Bourne. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like. I mean, I guess it's just John Wick. I guess that's all I just keep coming back to. It's literally that, but with Karen Gillan.
Gotcha.
And it just looks fantastic. The trailer is fantastic. Lena Headey plays Cersei plays Karen Gillan's mother. It's also got Angela Bassett, Carla Gugino, Michelle Yeoh, a couple other people too. But it looks fantastic. I'm very, very excited for that one. Yeah, definitely check out that trailer reaction because that was a really fun trailer. Yeah. So I think that'll do it for me. Make sure to check out our merch store in the video link description, as well as you can find it in the bio of all of our social medias and stuff, and on our YouTube homepage, the link to our merch. And yeah, you can always follow me at Paste Eating Yak on Twitter. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we could tease a little. Last week we talked about Saw, right?
Yeah.
And he likes to play games in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe PFN might be playing some games of their own in the near future.
Sure, that's the tease you want to give.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, so my name's TJ Cornwell. You can find me at TJ_Cornwell at Twitter, Instagram, right there. Right there.
He did it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Let us know what you thought, as Sean said. Top 10 remaining 2021 in the comments below. And then you can catch us. Actually, we're not doing Planet Console this week. Well, it'll be the following week. We'll be reviewing episode 5 and 6 of The Bad Batch. Oh, yeah. Then you can actually come back here Tuesday, next Tuesday, for another episode of Planet Film Live. And then we will catch you next time.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Check out some of those planning councils.
Yeah.
Boom.